Before we get into today's video, I did want to let you guys know that this video is for entertainment purposes only. Please remember to be kind to everybody everywhere in your everyday life, in your home, in the grocery store, and especially in the comment section down below. Please do not show hate to anybody, anywhere. Good morning, my lovelies, my beauties, my friends. My name is Christina and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really hope that you will subscribe, stick around, take a chance in hearing some things that I have to say. And if you are a returning subscriber, y'all already know, y'all are my babies. It's like my voice trying to go out. So good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody doing today? I hope you all are having an amazing day. I hope y'all had a wonderful weekend. Please tell me down below what y'all did. If you did anything fun, did you stay home? Did you pass out candy? Did you lock your doors, turn off your porch light so nobody would bother you and stay in the house? Did you dress up? If you dressed up, let me know down below. If you're following me on my Instagram or if you have checked out the community tab, then you know that me and my whole entire family dressed up as the Squid Games theme. This is me and my husband right here. But it was so cute because even my husband's 85-year-old grandmother, Grandma Lee, dressed up as well by putting on a shirt that says 001 on it. And she was absolutely cute. And then my mother-in-law wore the 456. If you guys watch the show, then you know all about it. Alrighty, so before we get into the juiciness, and just when I thought I was done making videos about this for a while, something else comes out. And you guys are emailing me, DMing me, tagging me and stuff and asking my opinion. And you know, in today's video, I'm going to say something that you're probably going to be surprised. After what come out that we're going to talk about, I'm actually starting to open my mind to the fact that there could possibly be some sort of weird cover up going on. I don't know. We'll talk about it. But before we get there, I did want to give my best friend Alex a shout out. She wrote this book. You guys, this memoir that she did, she bared her soul in this. If you guys don't know my best friend Alex, we became best friends in prison in 2007. And she's been one of my best friends ever since then. I mean, we both got out of prison. We both went to the same women's home together. We went separate places in our lives, but we're both mothers and wives, and we get together as many times as we can. She even read the prayer at my wedding years ago. I mean, we are still just this close, and we met in prison. But in her book, you guys, she had no help writing this or anything. I mean, she is amazing. This is going to grab your attention from the first page. Love books like that. It's not something that's slow you got to get into. From the very first page, you're going to be like, whoa. And she talks about the things that happened in prison, okay? She talks about things that happened in her childhood, in her teenage and young adult years. And honey, this book ain't for the weak. It's got all... It needs to be a movie. Her life really does need to be a movie. But anyway, super proud of her. Shout out to my girl, Alex. And if you guys want to get your copy, I'm going to leave the link down in the description box. It will make a great Christmas gift, okay? So just saying, if y'all want to get your copy, check out the link below. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the situation with Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito. So if you guys know Brian Enton, who works for this news station, I think it's like News Nation. He has been reporting on the Gabby Petito, Brian Laundrie situation this whole entire time. I mean, he was outside with his cameras and his microphone out in front of the Laundrie's home most of this whole time. Okay. I mean, I even saw him reporting out there at nighttime. I mean, he was out there a lot. And since Brian Laundrie has been confirmed dead, he decided that him and his crew was going to go up to Wyoming, where Gabby Petito was last seen, and kind of just trace her steps and see what people that came across Gabby and Brian has to say. So Brian went to that restaurant, the Merry Little Piglets or Merry Piglets. You guys remember, if you watched my first 1 or 2 or 3 videos, I got a whole playlist. Go and check them out if you haven't seen them. There was a young woman that came forward and said that her and her husband saw Gabby and Brian at this restaurant, and they were sitting there eating, and they saw Brian was up yelling, and he was like,
We were at this restaurant, you guys, Friday, August 27th, 1 p.m., sitting right next to them, and we're fighting with the hostess. They were fighting with the hostess. She was hysterically crying, and she walked out, and she was crying, and she was staying on the sidewalk, and I was watching the whole thing unfold. And he walked back in the restaurant, and he's fighting with the hostess, and I didn't know what happened. I don't even know if they got kicked out, but they like left abruptly, and like she was standing on the sidewalk crying, and he walked back in and was like screaming at the hostess, and then walked back out, and then he walked back in like 4 more times to talk to the manager and to like tell the hostess off, and like all right, I'm calming down, and I'm going to try to speak more clearly. I feel like I'm gonna cry. This is so fucking weird. I went to the bath. They were sitting right next to us, like right fucking next to us. And we were both sitting right by the hostess stand, right by the front door. I went to the bathroom. I came back, and they were like abruptly leaving, like something happened. At first, my first thought was like they were displeased with the service and they were walking out, or they were trying to get out of paying their bill, but it was kind of like a scene. And the way he was acting, she was crying, she was upset. This had to have been right before she died. So she walks out, she's upset, she's crying, and he's like more angry. Like you could tell like it's more sadness for her, and she's crying for some reason. I don't know if she was embarrassed or what, because I don't know. I couldn't hear. I don't know what was going on. I could just see what was unfolding. And so she's standing on the sidewalk. I could see her through the front door, and she's standing on the sidewalk crying, and he walks out with her, but then like right away turns around, walks right back in. And
couple that she saw fighting, or the guy being the way that aggressive in the restaurant, was the same as the people she was seeing on the news, because at this time they were still looking for Gabby. She just is like a rug was pulled out from underneath her. And I talked about it in my video. I showed her video in my video, and we never ever heard anything from the restaurant. Nobody from the restaurant that we know of spoke out. Not the waitress, not nobody. Well, Brian Enton, this reporter, went to this restaurant. He went to the restaurant, and the manager, who did not want to be on camera, told him that never happened, okay? She said that Brian was super calm the whole entire time. Gabby wanted her money back, and that they must have deleted the security footage.
We got there right before they closed. The manager and the staff were all inside sort of together, like kind of talking right before closing. And I went inside and I spoke with the manager, immediately told her who I was. And she immediately said, like, what you've heard about what happened here is not what really happened. She didn't want to go on camera, but take a look.
She says everything that's been on the news about what happened here is made up. She says there was no loud voices, no one got angry, no one threw a fit here, but she says that Gabby and Brian did leave the restaurant without paying, and she says that the server followed them outside, that they paid the bill out here on the street, and that Brian was very calm, but then that they came back into the restaurant together, and that Gabby said that she wanted her money back, and the restaurant said that we're not going to give you your money back, and that then Gabby and Brian left. I asked about surveillance video, and she said that they did have video, but they didn't know it was significant at the time, and that it's since been deleted.
Now, when they said that they deleted the security footage, that's when I started going, that's weird. Okay, I've worked in restaurants. I worked in restaurants for years. Absolutely loved waiting tables. Like, it was so much fun. Awesome. And they have security footage within the restaurants and on the outside. They don't delete security footage like that. I mean, they keep it for quite a period of time, especially in restaurants, because they have inventory with food. Now, I don't know how it works at that restaurant, but the restaurant that I worked at, which was a steakhouse, you know, they got steaks in the back. They got fillets and porterhouses and all that. And they keep that security footage because if they start doing their inventory and they realize, for 3 months they're missing, 10 fillets and 12 porterhouse and, 6 ribeyes that is not accounted for, they're going to go back and look at that security footage and see who's going in and out of that cooler, if they're taking a backpack in the cooler and all of that. And so they keep that security footage for a period of time. The fact that the security footage was deleted, okay, when the cops went there, Gabby Petito was reported missing on the 10th, 11-ish, okay? And so she had been passed away or hadn't been there for a few weeks. So I just find it so hard to believe that security footage had been deleted. Now, if they would have said that none of that happened or they're employees don't remember somebody or whatever, and they had the I don't know. The fact that the security footage was deleted just seems really convenient. And the manager did not want to be on camera, did not want them filming there. But then you've got the young woman who was on Instagram who put her face out there. She had nothing to gain from this. She was not trying to milk the situation, as some people like to say. She was not doing any of that. She just told because she thought it would help. And then her and her husband even went and recounted their experience or what they saw on different news outlets. And again, they didn't get paid for this. They weren't getting any kind, they had no benefit. As a matter of fact, the young woman that told about this on Instagram got a lot of hate. She was getting death threats and everything. And she was like, I don't understand why I'm getting hate. Like, all she's doing is telling. And then you've got these people working at this restaurant that don't want to show their faces, don't want to talk. Now, to flip the coin, we could say, well, maybe the FBI has told them to say all that. Now, that may be possible. But if they didn't, 1, that's weird. 2, if they did, especially with Brian Laundrie being dead, it's still a little weird. And like again and again and again, the security camera footage being deleted in a high profile case of a missing woman who then ended up being a murdered young woman seems weird. Now, to make it even weirder, then Brian Enton found out that Gabby stayed at this hotel up there. Now, you guys remember when Brian Laundrie flew home, right, to go with his dad to move Gabby's stuff out of storage. Well, Gabby stayed allegedly at this hotel. Brian decided he was going to go to the hotel to talk to them and see if they, remember anything. How was Gabby's demeanor? How was Brian's demeanor? What was it like? They would not talk to him either. They would not tell him anything. So Brian saw that next door there was like a little restaurant. So he and his camera crew said, okay, well, they won't talk to us. We'll go to this little restaurant. He goes to the restaurant and he said that he believes that the hotel manager called the restaurant and told them he was coming, and they wouldn't talk to him either. So it's just so weird. It's almost like, and this is, again, for a million times, I am not a professional. Please don't take my word for anything. I'm just giving you guys my very, very, very unprofessional opinion about a situation that y'all ask me to talk about, just like if you were sitting in my living room and we were just chit-chatting, okay? But it almost feels like somebody was there before him, before the reporter, and did something to shut everybody up. But why? That's the question. Why? Why would somebody get to the hotel and tell them not to talk? What is there to talk about? What is there not to talk about? Why would somebody go to the second restaurant and tell them not to talk, to the point that the manager at the hotel calls them and says, hey, yeah, they're on their way. You make sure you don't say anything. Why? What are we keeping quiet about? We already know there's 2 dead people, allegedly. I'm starting to wonder now because this is weird to me. Or how about the restaurant? The security footage just happened to be deleted? I don't know about that. All right, you guys, just as if things were not weird enough, Brian Eaton says this right here.
Of the businesses, when this all happened back in mid-August, didn't know that it was significant and didn't have their video that was saved that long. So the video is now gone.
So he says that many of the places there did not know they needed to keep their security footage and had already deleted them before he got there. How weird is it that nobody has footage of Gabby in that town, yet she was there for days, if not longer? I mean, Gabby and Brian got into that altercation outside of a coffee shop in Moab on August 12th. That's when they were on the body cam footage being pulled over by the police, okay? And then they were spotted at that restaurant, the Mary Piglets in Moab, on August 27th. So they were in Moab for a while, and obviously in the towns because they were going to the coffee shop and going to the cantina and da. She was there for a while, and nobody has her or Brian on any security footage. I mean, come on. And when they talk about that, watch Jennifer Coffendorfer's face.
The only video that they have of Brian Gabby in town is from that body camera video.
Jennifer, Kristen.
Now, Jennifer Coffendorfer used to be a FBI agent. She was a special investigator for like violent crimes. And basically, this is her niche right here, what we're talking about with the Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito situation. And she literally shakes her head and rolls her eyes. I have seen her say in other interviews things to the effect of like, this is strange and things don't make sense and she doesn't understand. But of course, she's not going to throw her old agency under the bus. She keeps it classy, but you can tell in her face right here that the fact that the whole entire town, nobody has security footage with Gabby and Brian on it is a little weird. Now, even to my skeptics out there that are watching these videos, my friends, my subscribers, my people that just think this is so cut and dry and that, you know, it's very, very simple. You know, somebody killed somebody, then probably took their own life, and that's all there is to it. Please explain this to me. How weird is this? All right. I don't know, you guys. It feels weird. Now, a feeling of weirdness doesn't mean anything. It could just be a bunch of weirdness, you guys. It really could, but you gotta admit it's strange. And again, I said this in my last video, it gives me major Chris Watts vibes in the situation that it doesn't feel settled, you know? Like it doesn't feel like what has been out there is the truth. It feels like there's so many pieces to this that we're missing, but why? Okay, and it doesn't feel like, well, I'll say it like that. It doesn't feel like the reason why we're missing pieces is because the two main people in this have passed away. It feels like there's something else really weird going on. I mean, you guys think about it too with like Brian Laundrie's father going straight to the place where his son's stuff was. I said it was weird in a couple videos ago, but since I've been doing more research since then, it's even more weird. If you guys want me to do a video on that, breaking that down to you guys, I will, but I'm just going to let you know now, if you're already obsessed with this, in my opinion, it's going to make it worse because when I saw this stuff, I was like, what is going on? It's weird. Okay. So what do you guys think? What do you think about the restaurant deleting the security footage? What do you think about the manager not wanting to show her face, which I can understand that. A lot of people don't want to be on camera. But it's not just one of these things. It's all of them put together. You know, what do you guys think about the manager saying that none of that ever happened? I don't know. Call me crazy, but I actually believe that Instagrammer. I don't know what it is. I think it was the way she said it. She was very emotional, like in her talking. It's not like she boohoo cried, but she was emotional. The way that she talked about it was like somebody had pulled a rug out from underneath her. She was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Those were the people that were fighting in the restaurant. They were sitting right next to us. He was yelling, da, 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 da. She was so passionate. And then he goes to the restaurant and they go, none of that ever happened. Brian was very calm. the security camera footage has been deleted. Like, how, you guys, I can't. Let me know what y'all want next from me. I'm going to have to go. I can't. It's weird. Let me know what you guys want to see next. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please let me know what you think in the comment section down below. As always, my loves, please do not forget to like this video. It's a free way that you can help your girl out. And until next time, I love you guys so very much. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye. It's weird. Bye.